Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard JIB CIB English Medium channel. I am Anshul, your CAIB mentor, and today I am here to bring for you a new series in which we'll be discussing the most important sections of all the acts in our BRBL syllabus. So, if you have the Macmillan book, in the end, there's an appendix given. This appendix consists of all the sections of all the acts. But the appendix itself is more than 100 pages. It is not possible for us to remember all the sections. Also, it is not necessary. So, in this series, I am bringing for you those sections that have been asked in the previous exam sessions and are also important for this exam session. So you just need to remember these sections and that will be enough. You will also get the PDF, so be with me till the end and I will tell you how you can download the PDF in which all the important sections are given. So we are starting with our module A. Module A basically covers two acts, the Banking Regulation Act and the Reserve Bank of India Act. So we'll be discussing the most important sections. Let us start. First, I will say the most important section of our Banking Regulation Act is the definition of banking. The definition of banking, which is given in our section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act. According to this section, banking means the accepting for the purpose of lending or investing of deposits of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, draft, order, or otherwise. Thus, we can say a bank performs two functions: accepting of deposits and then using these deposits for investments and lending. These deposits which are accepted are withdrawable. These are withdrawable on demand. Also, no person other than a banking company, Reserve Bank of India, SBI, or any other firm which is notified by the central government is authorized to accept deposits which are withdrawable by check. This is given in section 49A. All right. So section 49A talks about the deposits which are withdrawable by check. All right. Then another very important section, we have section 22 of our Banking Regulation Act, which tells us about the license for banking. So in India, it is necessary to have a license from RBI under section 22 of our Banking Regulation Act for commencing or carrying on the business of banking. Also, every company, every banking company has to use the word bank as a part of its name. And no other company other than a banking company can use the words bank, banker, or banking as a part of its name. All right. Then another important section is section 8. Now, permitted business is given in section 6 of the Act. But prohibited business. Permitted business is very simple. Dealing in bills of exchange, including drawing, accepting, buying, selling, lending or advancing of money with or without security, transacting every kind of guarantee, indemnity, managing, selling, realizing property. These are permitted. What are the prohibited business? So, the Banking Regulation Act prohibits a banking company from directly engaging in the trading activities. In the trading activities. So, this is prohibited where goods are involved. So, buying or selling or bartering of goods directly or indirectly is prohibited. Goods means every kind of movable property other than actionable claims. Stocks, shares, money, bullion. Right? So, we cannot deal with goods. Also, this is given in section 9 for the disposal of the non-banking assets. Right? So, if let's say or we will say that no banking company shall hold any immovable property except which is required for its own use for any period exceeding 7 years. So this talks about the disposal of the non-banking assets. Section 9 of the Banking Regulation Act. So for any period exceeding 7 years from the acquisition, no banking company can hold the non-banking assets. All right. Okay. So within 7 years, you have to dispose of the property. Then we have section 22 of the RBI Act. So section 22 of the RBI Act talks about the right to issue bank notes. Section 22 of the RBI Act. There are various important sections of the act which talks about, let's say, the management, which is given in section 7, composition of the central board, term of the office of directors, section 8 of the RBI Act. Then powers of the central government to supersede the central board, section 30. All right. Accordingly, section 22 of the RBI Act, no other entity in India can issue legal tender. So bank notes can be issued only by RBI, and this is given in section 22 of the Act. All right. Then we have Section 45 MBA of the RBI Act. So RBI has the powers to frame scheme for amalgamation. Section 45A is there, then which have been introduced. Section 45 AA is also there. Moratorium and amalgamation. So RBI is authorized under Section 45 of the BR Act to apply to the central government for an order of moratorium in respect of any banking company, right? A period of 6 months can be given or a fixed period can be given. Then the scheme of amalgamation during the period of moratorium, RBI may prepare a scheme either for the reconstruction of the banking company or for the amalgamation of the banking company with any other banking institution. So this is given in section 45. All right. Then settling of bad loans and to initiate the insolvency resolution process for the bank. Again, RBI can do this for the insolvency resolution. All right. Okay, then another important section for the annual financial inspection as well. Section 35 of the BR Act. Again, who conducts the annual financial inspection? RBI. And all the powers that are given to RBI for this inspection is given in our Section 35. Then, Section 11 of the Banking Regulation Act, the minimum capital and reserve requirements. We know about the under the Section 11, the minimum capital and reserve requirements. A higher capital requirement can also be stipulated by RBI under this section. Okay, so paid up capital and reserves is also given in the section 11 of the Banking Regulation Act. For example, if we are talking about a foreign company, then a foreign company which is operating in India has to deposit and keep deposited with the RBI an amount of 15 lakh rupees, and if let's say it has a place of business in Mumbai or Kolkata or both, then rupees 20 lakhs. Similarly, Indian banks, the requirement of minimum paid up capital has also been defined for different provisions. Like if it has all the places in more than one state, if it has places of business in more than one state, then 5 lakh of rupees. And if any such place is in Bombay or Calcutta, then 10 lakh rupees. Then, if it has all its place of business not in Bombay or Calcutta, then 1 lakh rupees in respect of its principal. So, you will study in detail about all of these sections, but here you need to remember that section 11 talks about the minimum capital and the reserve requirements. Then again, Section 23 of our Banking Regulation Act, for opening a new place of business, the banking company has to seek approval from RBI. So, without obtaining the prior permission from Reserve Bank of India, no banking company shall open a new place of business. All right, in India or otherwise, they also cannot change within the same city, town, or village the location of an existing place. But if, let's say, we are talking about an exception. So this section will not apply to opening for a period of not exceeding 1 month. So a temporary place of business within a city, town, or village, for that, for example, a conference or a mela, occasion of an exhibition to provide the banking facilities to the public, this is of temporary nature. So here prior permission is not required, but we are talking about 1 month period. Then commission brokerage discount given under section 13 of our Banking Regulation Act. Section 13. So RBI, we will say this act imposes a ceiling on the commission brokerage discount or remuneration on the sale of shares of the banking companies. Right? So accordingly, the payment on this account in any form should not exceed 2.5% of the price at which the said shares are issued. Prior to the amendment which was made, this was linked to the paid up value of the shares. But now this has been fixed to not more than 2.5% of the price at which the said shares are issued. Payment of dividend is also there. All right. Then we have the government's powers to supersede the central board, which is given in section 30 of the RBI Act, right? To supersede the central board. This is given in section 30. All right. So RBI also has powers to make regulations, which are also given in these sections, like penalties are there for any contravention of the act. RBI can impose penalty. Okay. Then we have section 12B of the Banking Regulation Act, which deals with the acquisition and transfer of share in banking company. Section 21 of the RBI Act, which deals with the powers to regulate advances by the banking company. RBI is also empowered to give caution or notice under section 36 of our BR Act. So, section 36 talks about, let's say, supersede the board of banking company for a period of 6 months, and it can also be extended to 12 months, right? So, if RBI finds that there are some contraventions or it is in the public interest to give some notice, then they can supersede the board of the banking company for a period of 6 months, and it can be extended to 12 months. All right, the administrator here will be appointed who shall act as per the directions of RBI in this interim period. The administrator will shall be assisted by a committee, again constituted by RBI in consultation with the central bank, and the administrator shall vacate office after the constitution of the board of the banking company. Then returns on unclaimed deposits under section 26 of the Banking Regulation Act. So you must remember the DEAF fund which has been created. So under section 26, banks have to file a return every year on their unclaimed deposit within 30 days of the end of each of the calendar year in the form and manner which is prescribed. All right, then section 26A has been introduced, which has set up the Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. This is section 26A, to take over the inoperative deposit accounts which have not been claimed or operated for a period of 10 years or more, right? And these will be used for creating awareness. All right. Then we have, yes, section 26A, which talks about the setting up of the DEAF. Then section 20 of the Banking Regulation Act also imposes some restrictions on loans and advances. Again, if RBI feels that there has to be some restrictions on the loans and advances, firms in which any director is interested as a partner, manager, employee, or guarantor, here the banking company shall not grant loans or advances. Also, they cannot grant loans or advances on the security of its own shares. The banking company is also prohibited from entering into any commitment for granting any loans or advances to or on behalf of its own directors. Then, the rates of interest charged by the banking company beyond the scrutiny of the court, that is under Section 21 of the BR Act. Cash reserves of the scheduled banks to be kept with the RBI. This is another important section. All right, cash reserves. With a view to regulate the credit system, ensuring monetary stability, this has been dealt with. So we have the CRR, SLR, these reserves, RBI, which mandates from time to time. Then the establishment and incorporation of RBI is given in Section 3. Management of RBI is given in Section 7. And the right to issue notes that we have already discussed is given in Section 22 of the RBI Act. So these are the most important sections from our module A. Apart from it, if you refer to the appendix which is given in your book, which is more than 100 pages, you are given all the sections in the Banking Regulation Act as well as the RBI Act. If you have the book, go through it. You can also find it on the internet. All the other acts are also given there, like the PMLA's important provisions are there, FEMA Act's provisions are there, negotiable instrument. So you'll be seeing in the Reserve Bank of India Act, the incorporation, capital management, everything is given, the section as well as description. But again, you need not remember each and everything. Just focus on these sections that I've provided in the PDF. You will get the PDF. You can download it from the link which is given in the description box. It will be available. So that is all for today. We have completed the important sections from module A. Now we have discussed just the description. If you want to revise everything in detail, then join us in the capsule batch. This is the CAIIB June 2025 all-in-one capsule batch. So for all your 4 papers, for your last minute revision, you can join this batch. So your mentors are there for Hindi medium as well as English medium. Separate classes will run for your English medium as well. I will be taking your BRBL paper. Saloni ma'am is there, Ashwarya ma'am is there. They will be taking your English medium classes. Then elective paper tests have also been introduced. So you will have 50 plus hours of live marathon sessions, subject wise revision plus class notes. You will also have 200 plus tests, and elective paper tests are also covered. So you can enroll now, or simply you can join the CAIIB Super Elite plan, which is the all-in-one plan. So right from the foundation to all the separate batches, numericals, case studies, everything, this capsule, crash, cracker, everything you are going to get in the Super Elite plan, and this will be valid till your exam. So subscribe now. If you join today, then you can use the code 25M and avail 55% off. This is the maximum discount that you can get. This is because we are celebrating 25 million users on our Oliveboard channel. So that is all for today. This is the best benefit. I will be bringing these sessions on a daily basis. Your other mentors are also here on the YouTube channel. So please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the Oliveboard JIB CIB English medium channel, and comment down below. If you want me to cover any other topic, any other series, that also we can do. So thank you so much. I will see you again in the next video of this series, and we'll be discussing the module B. Thank you. All the best and have a great day ahead.